Hello, Maverick traders, and welcome out to your daily market roundup. This is Songit here, and let's break down today's market price action. It's the Wednesday, January the 31st, an important Fed day today. So let's extrapolate what we can from today's market price action. As always, we'll break down today's market price action, take a look at broad market analysis, and bringing it down to our sector analysis, and then talk about some trading setups here, both bullish, sideways, and bearish. Let's get into it.
Disclaimer. This video was created for professional stock and option traders. Maverick Trading is a proprietary trading firm that employs professional traders around the world. Our traders trade firm capital and keep 70 to 80% of profits they generate. All trades and analysis in this video are for professional traders only. If you are interested in becoming a professional trader for Maverick, click the apply button in the video description. Let's break down what happened today.
So looking at our market analysis today, it was quite an exciting day today, and overall, it was a bearish day. So first thing first, let's take a look at the returns. You can see that we have double-digit losses across the board. Dow Jones down 2.6%, S&P down 1.63%, Qs are down 1.95%, and Russell's are down 2.51% as well. So pretty ugly day across the board. Oil, it was down 2.52% as well, and so was gold. So it was pretty much a red across the board. Looking at the headlines today, the market did pull back after the FOMC press conference. So all eyes were on what the Chair Powell is going to say. And although it was still optimistic and we saw markets go back and forth, especially in the rate cut environment going into March. Again, remember, a lot of the expectations were getting built around March cut. So later in the press conference, the Fed Chair Powell did indicate, hitting no rate cut in March, which is, again, not a surprise because that's exactly where I was thinking, that it's still preemptive to call a rate cut, especially economic data has been pretty strong and the inflation data picked up last month. So the market did not like that news and did pull back right after that statement. So here we are looking at the markets. You can see the market's been pretty bullish across the board, and we got an ugly candle today. Now, after this candle, we got a pretty bearish close. We closed at the lows of the day. So usually in this kind of scenarios, we can see the market continue to go down or maybe have an inside candle tomorrow. So one of the others. Last time, remember, we had this ugly close. I want to highlight this one just a week ago. Market did recover all those losses from it. Now the question is that, do we see buyers come back into the markets, or is this where we probably see market pull back a little bit because, again, not expecting for March cut anymore. Again, the expectation was down to like 36% now. Earlier in the day, it was about 57%. So market could take a little bit of a profit taking off of that, but realize that we have a nice support area in place. So prior resistance, now support. Our support is going to be around 4,800. So again, another 1% down on S&P, which is, again, will be a healthy pullback. If you want to look to see if this resistance support area holds, we want to go long off that support. So right now, I would say bearish close. Watch out for tomorrow, and especially we still have Friday with the U.S. job support. So that's where we are. Again, the Nasdaq, you can see Nasdaq down across the board as well. So we're seeing some profit taking in some of the big tech names, which again has been the strongest since October, November of last year. Now, if you take a look at the heat map, you can see that's where the real pain was. Microsoft down, Google was down on earnings from last night. The Microsoft is down from earnings last night. Apple is due tomorrow. Amazon is down. Tesla is underperforming. Nvidia did pull back. So a lot of the big names pull back, bringing along the rest of the markets down. So that's really where we are. If we just pay attention to the numbers today, the advanced decline ratio was pretty horrible, down 74% and only 22% on the upside. Stock still 61% above the 50-day moving average. So overall, the market is still in a healthy shape. We just in a bit of a pullback at this moment. So as far as the market outlook goes, again, I'm bringing down to 0 to -1. Again, I want to see how the market sort of reacts tomorrow. Does it rally off of it? Do we the buyers come in, or do we pull back further? I think it's a bit of a a mixed call here, but more likely, I think we could pull back further. So we're gonna be scaling a little bit of our expectation that we are now getting in a pull back here. Now, looking at a potential trades, I got a bunch in both the bullish, the neutral, and the bearish trades. So let's take a look at the charts. Now, looking at the charts, let's talk about bulls. There's some I really like. Again, today we see a lot of pullbacks across the board, but some of them still are intact as far as the trend goes. Here's GE, General Electric. You can see is mildly bullish. It's still going higher. Like that on the upside. We have GM. You can see a nice little gap up to the upside and holding on to the gains. We also have IRWD, you can see nice little breakout to the upside, and it just continues to run higher. Bullish close today. T-Mobile, we got a nice little breakout here above the resistance. So again, this is where the outperformance is. And lastly, NVO. I think we had earnings on NVO, but you can see the price action is just running off the races. So this is where we are seeing some relative strength. Now let's talk about neutral trades. I think Joe talked about this yesterday at PepsiCo. You can see it's not going anywhere. I like that on the sideways. SPR, you can see it's not really going anywhere. And lastly, Sava. You can see Sava is not really going anywhere either. So we got some defined ranges between 23 and 27. But these are the areas that we can continue looking for some sideways play. Now let's talk about bearish trades. Mosaic broke down very nicely today. You can see a nice little bear rally over here. And we got a nice break on a higher volume. I like it. I like this further on the downside. Again, this is an important support area as you can scroll out on the chart. This is where another beautiful break today off of this little low base setup. Other ones, again, I can take a look at. I was actually checking Gap, GPS. Although it's not the aggressive short, but you can see the trend change. It's now below the 20 to 50. Got a little bear rally here. If it breaks below the 18, I would expect something to go down towards 18, 17 area upon a break above that support. We can also take a look at ARC. I like the ARC here again. You can take a look at the similar patterns. They did well in November and December. It went sideways for a little bit, and now they are turning lower. So I think maybe this is where we could see some further pullbacks. I think lastly, there's another one called ZTO. Let's see how that one is doing. You can see this is just falling apart. So it might be chasing a little bit here, but again, that's really where relative strength, weakness is. So in conclusion, tomorrow, expect markets to either have an inside candle or pull back further. We'll see how the markets moves overnight. Again, bearish close today, but tomorrow will be another day to figure out where the market's going to go from here. SPX is again support is around 4,800. That will be our first target towards the downside. As far as the economic report goes, again, ISM manufacturing PMI tomorrow, but most importantly, Friday NFP. I think that's where the big move is going to come. If you look at last year, we didn't see a big move off the FOMC, but there was a massive move off the U.S. employment report. So let's see what happens. Earnings report, again, huge earnings week this week. Apple, Amazon. We got Meta, we got Merck, Shell. Again, there's a lot on the horizon. So whatever you're trading, just make sure you check the earnings schedule at the same time. Thanks everyone for joining. Have a good rest of the evening. We'll see you tomorrow. Till then, take care.